Good evening, it's 8 o'clock. The top headlines tonight: 1 billion vaccine doses crossed India's 100 crores of vaccine century. The Prime Minister was at a Delhi hospital today. The thumbs up to health workers to mark the milestone. India took 279 days to reach the 1 billion mark. 1 of every 7 doses worldwide is given in India. 30%, however, of eligible Indians are fully vaccinated. So that number is what the government needs to aim at. India's vaccination heroes are health workers. Come rain or shine, health workers go extra mile. Shah Rukh Khan meets his son in jail for the first time since he was taken into custody. The High Court bail hearing for Aryan is now next Tuesday. Meanwhile, Ananya Panday, questioned by the Narcotics Agency today, based apparently on Aryan Khan's WhatsApps, her laptop and mobile are seized by the Anti-Drugs Agency. Bollywood, meanwhile, is silent amid worry over NCB targeting. Fuel prices up once again today. This is the 21st diesel hike since September. The UP minister says 95% of people don't use petrol. The Supreme Court begins physical hearings again for the first time after the pandemic. There will be only twice a week for now. The rest will be virtual hearings. Supreme Court judges welcome lawyers back in court. India has scripted history, the Prime Minister today said, as India crossed 1 billion or 100 crore vaccine doses. India's vaccine century, as the government put it. So the Prime Minister today was at the central government hospital in Delhi to congratulate health workers. He met with people getting the vaccines. And across the country today, celebrations including ships hooting at ports and all monuments, central government monuments being lit up to mark this achievement.
हम देशवासियों ने, हमारे वैज्ञानिकों ने, हमारे उद्यमियों की ताकत का ही ये परिणाम है कि भारत को वैक्सीन के लिए किसी और देश पर हमें निर्भर नहीं होना। मेरे भारत का ये विश्वास है।
The Prime Minister at Delhi's central government-run Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital moments after India crossed the 1 billion mark. A picture of the PM giving a thumbs up to jubilant health workers at the hospital has since gone viral. He later thanked everyone involved.
ये उपलब्धि भारत की है, भारत के प्रत्येक नागरिक की है। मैं देश की वैक्सीन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनियां, वैक्सीन ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में जुड़े कर्मयोगियां, वैक्सीन लगाने में जुटे हेल्थ सेक्टर के प्रोफेशनल्स, बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
As the nation celebrates 100 crore doses of COVID-19 vaccine, a rangoli here at the BKC Jumbo COVID Center.
1 billionth dose, and we also saw since morning how celebrations have been going on.
Karnataka 1 billion doses in the country.
Telangana, in fact, is going to be celebrating by lighting up some of its monuments, as the archaeological survey has said.
The health minister marked the vaccine century by launching a vaccination anthem at the iconic Red Fort in Delhi. इस युद्ध में जो लड़ रहा वो हर सिपाही खास है, शतकोटि गर्व एहसास है, ये एक नया इतिहास है, इतिहास है। At Mumbai's Jumbo Vaccination Center, which was adorned with rangolis and flowers for the occasion, 5 cakes were cut to celebrate.
More pride what we feel this vaccination center is one of the biggest in this country, and we have done maximum vaccination, which is not less than 3 lakh doses from day one.
In Kolkata, a nurse who administered the first dose of a COVID vaccine at this center is now celebrating 100 crore.
16 জানুয়ারি ফার্স্ট ভ্যাকসিন আমিই দিয়েছিলাম। ওপেনিংটা আমার হাতেই হয়েছিল। খুবই খুশি আমরা যে 100 কোটি মানুষকে আমরা ভ্যাকসিন দিতে পেরেছি। I feel very proud to be a part of this.
Now that this morning's festivities have winded down, as you can see here at the Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, the realization that there is still a long way to go has set in. The government has revealed that around 10 crore vaccination beneficiaries who are eligible to take their second dose have actually missed their deadline. The gap between partially and fully vaccinated people is amongst the largest in the world.
स्ट्रैटेजी बिल्कुल ऑब्वियस है कि हम सब की अब जिम्मेवारी है कि जिसने एक डोज लगा लिया वो भूल रहे हैं उनको याद दिलाएं. टेलीफोन से उनके एसएमएस के द्वारा उनको मैसेजिंग करी जा रही है.
With Monideepa Banerjee in Kolkata, Saurabh Gupta in Mumbai, Meher Pandey for NDTV.
So the government's vaccination song there. Meanwhile, let's just look at that 1 billion or 100 crore mark in numbers. India reached this mark in 278 days of 6.76 billion doses given worldwide. 1 billion were given in India. 73% of the adult population has been given at least one dose. 30% of India's eligible population is fully vaccinated. The target is 196 crore doses to cover the entire adult population by December. For this, we need to administer 96 crore jabs in 71 days to meet that target. So more of the government celebrations, ships at all major ports hooting today to celebrate.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. We are most welcome, sir.
Also across the country, central government monuments lit up today to mark that 1 billion milestone. Also, interestingly, of course, the Prime Minister is thanking every Indian for this, but the BJP going all out, especially in poll-bound states, to mark this as the Prime Minister and the government's achievement.
The occasion, 1 billion vaccines, the moment of celebration. The strategy to spread this message as the central government's big success. The BJP-led central government organized programs across the country to celebrate the occasion. This included illuminating over 100 monuments administered by Archaeological Survey of India across the country. Of these, majority are in the poll-going states, 16 in Uttar Pradesh alone.
प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में आज ही भारत ने 100 करोड़ कोविड वैक्सीन लगाने की बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि हासिल की है.
Like every other occasion, there was politics this time too, with BJP taking credit of the landmark 1 billion vaccinations, while opposition parties questioning the government over its stated target of vaccinating the entire adult population by the end of 2021.
कुछ नेता ऐसे थे जिन्होंने इस पर गुमराह करने का काम भी किया, अफवाहें भी फैलाई गई, लोगों को डराया भी गया, लेकिन उसके बावजूद चाहे मन की बात हो या बाकी कार्यक्रमों के माध्यम से प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जनता को जागरूक करने का काम किया.
Meanwhile, the opposition focused on reminding the government of the suffering, also questioning why a government initiative is being converted into a party poll campaign.
मोदी जी ये भी बता दें, पीठ थपथपाने के साथ साथ स्वास्थ्य मंत्री भी बता दें कि 70 दिन में 106 करोड़ टीके कब और कैसे लगाएंगे, देश जानना चाहता है.
Uttar Pradesh, the biggest state in the country which is going for the assembly elections early next year, tops the list with over 12 crore vaccines, followed by Maharashtra with 9 crore vaccines and West Bengal with 6.9 crore vaccines. Gujarat, another BJP-ruled state going for the polls next year, is placed 4th in the table with 6.8 crore vaccines.
With the 5 states assembly elections early next year, the opposition parties are trying to corner the BJP government over mishandling of the COVID crisis, especially the second wave, while the ruling party is hoping that the world's fastest and largest COVID vaccination drive will pay poll dividends. With camera person Ashwini Mehra, this is Arvind Gunasekar for NDTV.
And let's just look at how exactly that feat was accomplished. Remember, in the first months, there were problems with supply, but so our first 200 million doses, it took 129 days. The second 200 million was less than half that number at 53 days. Then the third 200 million at 39 days, the fourth in just 24 days, and the fifth 200 million at 33 days. But now vaccines in adequate supply. In fact, for all of November, the supply is more than enough according to the government. The big challenge now is making sure every Indian is fully vaccinated, and for this, India's health workers are really the heroes. Come rain or shine, they're out there every day making sure every Indian is getting vaccinated.
What has it taken India to reach 1 billion doses of COVID vaccinations at the pace that it has? Some glimpses from rural Thiruvananthapuram, where we are being accompanied by a team of women health workers. Difficult terrain, slushy roads, heavy rain.
Rough terrain and it is still raining. But that does not deter this team of Kerala's health workers from going house to house in this hilly tract of rural Thiruvananthapuram.
It's really a teamwork. You can see that it's the heavy rain there, but they're all like, we haven't dropped. Our, the schedule is going as per plan. We are actually used to all these kind of challenges and all.
Today they target second dose of COVID vaccine for 21 patients under palliative care. It is this kind of reach out because of which 94% of Kerala's eligible population of 3.7 crore has got at least one dose of COVID vaccine. For health workers like Suguna in Telangana's Malkajgiri, it has been a non-stop cycle of work. When the multi-purpose health assistant is not injecting the COVID vaccine, she is doing regular immunizations, antenatal care, TB and leprosy programs.
సరే ఎంత ఇబ్బందులు ఉన్నా సరే ఇంట్లో వద్దని అన్నా కూడా మేము మరీ వచ్చి చేస్తున్నాం. అట్లా అంటే అందరూ బాగుండాలి, మా అదొక తృప్తి. మేము ప్రజలకు సేవ చేయడానికే ఉన్నాం కాబట్టి అట్లానే ప్రజలకు సేవ చేయాలి, అందరికీ సేవ చేయాలనే ఉద్దేశంతోనే ఈ వ్యాక్సిన్ చేస్తున్నాం.
In Chhattisgarh's Mandir Hasoud Primary Health Care Center, 30 kilometers from Raipur, it has taken a lot of counselling by health workers to convince people to get their vaccine jab.
आपके गांव में सभी लोगों ने लगवा लिया?
हाँ, सब लगा लिया।
परिवार में आपके?
हाँ, पूरा लगवा लिया।
डर तो नहीं लग रहा आपको?
नहीं, बिल्कुल दर्द नहीं है, डर भी नहीं है मेरे को।
वैक्सीन लगवाने से वही फायदा हो रहा है सर कि कोरोना से बचाव होगा और साथ ही साथ कोरोना का फैलाव भी कम होगा।
India's 1 billion milestone made possible by India's tireless health workers.
Oh, to standing ovation for them, great salute for them, and they have actually worked really hard.
With Sneha Mirikoshi in Kerala, Sumesh Patel in Chhattisgarh, Uma Sudhir in Telangana for NDTV.
Absolutely fantastic job there. Now let's just look at the global comparison. Now this global comparison is based on data of the entire population of the countries. That's how it's been done by our world data. So India versus other countries, well, the UAE is amongst the highest vaccinations, followed by Spain and then Italy, UK, the US and then India, which is 21% of the population fully vaccinated. This is the entire population, not just the adult eligible population. Well, moving to the other big headline tonight, Shah Rukh Khan was actually at Mumbai's Arthur Road jail today to meet his son Aryan Khan. This is the first time the father and son have met since Aryan was taken into custody by the Narcotics Control Bureau. Also today, Bollywood actress Ananya Panday was questioned by the narcotics agency, apparently based on Aryan's WhatsApp chats. Both her laptop and mobile have now been seized. The larger question, however, remains that why is it that most of Bollywood has stayed silent on what's currently happening? Is it because they're scared it may be their turn next? Currently, Aryan Khan's next bail hearing at the High Court is next Tuesday.
Superstar Shah Rukh Khan at Arthur Road jail this morning, visiting his son Aryan Khan for the first time in 17 days. And actor Ananya Panday at the Narcotics Control Bureau's office in South Mumbai, accompanied by her father, actor Chunky Panday, after she was summoned for questioning by the anti-drugs agency. As Shah Rukh exited the jail, he acknowledged those waiting outside with folded hands. On the day, COVID protocols were relaxed and physical meetings between inmates of the prison and their families and lawyers resumed. Superstar Shah Rukh Khan was here for about 20 minutes at Arthur Road jail to meet his son Aryan Khan, who's been lodged here since his judicial custody commenced. The meeting lasted for 10 minutes and all jail and COVID protocols were followed, sources say. Soon after, an NCB team was at SRK's house in Bandra to pick up documents relating to Aryan Khan. Aryan Khan's bail plea comes up in the Bombay High Court on Tuesday.
The High Court has agreed to a request for an early hearing. The ASG was present. ASG has said that he'll be ready on Tuesday.
Sources say following a search at Ananya Panday's house this morning, the NCB team took away a laptop and a phone. Sources add Ananya Panday's name cropped up in WhatsApp chats on Aryan Khan's phone. But as Ananya Panday's name emerged, questions over whether the agency has been focused on film industry stars. Starting with Riya Chakraborty in the Sushant Singh Rajput case, followed by Deepika Padukone, Rakul Preet Singh, Shraddha Kapoor, Sara Ali Khan and Arjun Rampal in separate cases.
Can't even say this is an unusual day in Bollywood because this is happening quite often. After that, the NCB officers came here at Shah Rukh Khan's home, Mannat, to give some documents in Aryan Khan's case. Again, this is something that's been going on for a while. Aryan Khan is still in Arthur Road jail. This morning we saw Shah Rukh Khan visit him after many days. He saw his own father, and Shah Rukh Khan, while coming out, was greeting people and people who are relatives of under trials. Now, the question Bollywood is asking, and extremely worried with their back against the wall, is who's next?
Meanwhile, Nationalist Congress Party spokesperson Nawab Malik leveled charges of extortion against zonal director of the NCB, Sameer Wankhede.
इसका खुलासा अधिकारी को करना पड़ेगा, समीर वानखेड़े को। मालदीव में उस समय में थे जब पूरी इंडस्ट्री मालदीव में थी। क्या कारण था वो वहां गए? हमें तो पूरा यकीन है कि सारी उगाई मालदीव और दुबई में हुई है।
While Ananya Panday has been called in for questioning again on Friday, the question many are asking is, why is the agency that's been tasked with going after drug cartels and major drug suppliers going after film stars whose cases at best sum up as cases of consumption? In Mumbai, with Rohit Khilnani and camera person Praveen Ji Rohit, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
And that's the point. They eventually get bail after weeks in jail, and there's really no compensation for that. What is it about? Is it about publicity? Is it about hard evidence? Remember, Aryan Khan was found with no drugs on him. Meanwhile, the other big headline, yet another increase in fuel prices, the 18th increase in petrol prices today, the 21st increase in diesel prices since the last week of September. So up again for the second straight day, petrol and diesel rates up by 35 paise to cost rupees 106.54, 95.27 per litre after the latest hike in Mumbai. A litre of petrol now costs 112 rupees over that, and diesel at over 103. That, of course, because of government taxes in the state as well. Petrol prices in Chennai over 103, and diesel rates in Chennai at 99.59 paise, 99 rupees 59 paise. And looking at that modest price change policy, state-owned fuel retailers have since October 6 started passing on the larger incidence of cost to consumers, a festival bonanza of the wrong type. This, as the UP minister has said today, that 95% of people in India don't use petrol, so how does it matter if prices are going up?
पेट्रोल और डीजल बिजली की सप्लाई सरकार कर रही है। आज चंद मुट्ठी भर लोग हैं जो 4 व्हीलर गाड़ियों से चलते हैं, जिनको पेट्रोल की उपयोगिता है नहीं बढ़ा है। अगर प्रति व्यक्ति आमदनी की आय से तुलना करेंगे तो अभी पेट्रोल डीजल के दाम बहुत कम है।
Well, markets down again for the third successive day, although they did manage to recover some lost ground in the last hour of trade. The Sensex was down more than 700 points at the lowest point of the day noon trading, but it ended at 60,923, lower by 336 points. The Nifty also down by 88 points. Well, the other big headline, physical hearings began again in the Supreme Court today. This is for the first time since the pandemic. For now, physical hearings will be twice a week. The others will remain virtual hearings, but the Supreme Court will see how this status currently goes and then review this and perhaps have all physical hearings soon. Supreme Court judges today welcome lawyers back in court.
Walking in through the Supreme Court for the first time since March 2020, as the Supreme Court today resumed physical hearings after being in virtual mode for a year and 7 months. Day one saw long queues of lawyers waiting to get inside and judges who were happy to see them in person. For now, physical hearings will be held only 2 days of the week, but will start every day after 4th of November. Physical hearings will be held on Wednesdays and Thursdays, virtual hearings on Mondays and Fridays, and a hybrid mode of hearings on Tuesday. There are multi-layered safety measures in the courtrooms, including glass partitions between the judges, lawyers, and other court staff. Documents are to be handed over to the judges only after complete sanitization, and only lawyers who are appearing for a case will be allowed inside the courtroom. Media persons will also be allowed inside.
I'm very happy to be back physically. There is no substitute for FaceTime, actual physical FaceTime with the court.
We are happy that the Supreme Court has started its physical hearing resumption from today. I hope that after Diwali vacations, it would be working in a full and fledged manner.
Several judges expressed their happiness on seeing lawyers inside the courtroom. Chief Justice N.V. Ramana said, "We will consider holding physical hearings on a larger scale post-Diwali." Justice D.Y. Chandrachud said, "We are happy to see you all. You cannot imagine how lonely it is to see the screen every morning." Justice S.K. Kaul greeted the people present in the courtroom with a smile and said, "Welcome back to court."
The Supreme Court has resumed physical hearings only partially for now, but plans to go back to physical hearings on all 5 days of the week post-Diwali, so that all those who seek justice get better access to the top court of this country. In New Delhi with camera person Shashikant Jha, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
Well, a quick look at some other news. The US regulators approved mix and match shots. The FDA has cleared Moderna and J&J boosters. The US regulator has authorized booster jabs for those who got Moderna or J&J. The FDA said anyone is eligible for an extra dose and can mix and match vaccines. The FDA has also authorized a third Moderna shot for seniors and high-risk patients. The big change is that Moderna's booster will be half the dose that's used for the first two shots. The FDA said all US recipients can get J&J's single-shot vaccine booster, whatever their age is. The FDA rulings differ because the vaccines are made differently. Also today, Pfizer has come out with efficacy data saying that there's been a high efficacy of the booster shot of Pfizer-BioNTech, announcing their phase 3 trial. They said there's a vaccine efficacy of 95.6% against disease. During the period when Delta is prevalent, the sample size was 10,000 participants aged 16 years or older. Pfizer says that our two shots vaccines efficacy drops over time, which is why a booster is needed.